Okay, so what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about a lot of things, but most importantly, I'm going to educate you guys on exactly the situation that Western men, aka American men, European men, men that don't come from third world countries, why our women are miserable, why our women are generally unhappy. There's no other way to put it. Okay? So I'm going to start with the main reason they are unhappy is because our society has pretty much grouped us into, has molded us into most men into what is the ideal worker, so to speak. So because of technology, because of many things, there is no need for a woman to stay at home and take care of children any longer. We are being molded into a somewhat of a caste of worker species where it doesn't matter what the sex is anymore. With modern technology, we are able to pretty much, as long as we have a brain that's capable of operating and doing certain tasks, anything that is physical, that was before more, I guess, men were more qualified for because it required physical labor, is no longer necessary because we can just have robots, we can have, computers, artificial intelligence do that for us now. Okay? So what's going on is we started out in the 50s, in the early 1900s, where there were gender roles. Women would usually stay at home and do the stay-at-home mom thing. And it worked out, right? It was easy for, corporate America to make money that way. Because everything was just evolving. We were in a time of peace. Before 1900, we didn't even have plastic. Our technology was so bad. We were constantly at war because it was easy to go to war. Because it was hard for us to defend because we had such basic technology that anybody could invade anybody. It was pretty much, battle royale. We all had pretty much the same technology. But now that we get more intelligent, there's even more technology that's more dangerous, such as nuclear weapons. So it's like now we are evolving not for the better. We're evolving for the corporations that own us. Like, there's no other way to put it. They own us. Okay? We're talking about the billion-dollar corporations like Google, Amazon, Facebook, what else? Anything alcohol related. We're talking about companies that have been here since George Washington was president. Okay? These people own us and they are molding us, and we are just like an experiment for them to make us, they're molding us into the ideal consumer, and the ideal consumer no longer requires a family. Okay? So if you think about it, in the developed countries where their technology is big, technology is pretty much molding us into the ideal worker, where family is no longer necessary. Okay? When you go to third world countries where technology is not as dominant, then you see that women need security, so they are more likely to value a man a lot more than they would in a more developed country because of this, which is sad. Okay? So anyway, now that I've said my point, I'm going to take a break to look at my notes because I don't want to sway too far off topic with my rant, but I have a lot of things that I need to enlighten you guys with that some of you are probably completely unaware with. Okay? So since you're unaware of these things, I'm going to tell you them, whether you agree or not, because at least you have an idea in your head, and it can sedate, it can manifest, it can be planted as a seed, and hopefully those of you that are capable of logical thought can take it into account and maybe let it change your life for the better. Okay? So I went on about the reason why women are so unhappy right now, and it has nothing to do with them. First off, now that I've done my rant, I will tell you exactly why it's important that you need to know this, okay? It's important because as a man, if you want a relationship that is worthwhile, that is valuable, then you need to find these women that are jaded by the governments, or it's not even the government anymore, it's like it's the world powers, it's the fucking lobbies, the fucking companies, it's all everything that has money, everything that has power that's controlling the world, the bankers, whatever. It's because you can, with this knowledge, you can find a woman that's not jaded by this information, by this propaganda that is going on in the world. Anyway, knowing this will tell you when you should leave a woman alone, basically. Like, in short terms, I try to make everything as basic as possible, but knowing what I'm telling you right now will tell you what women to leave alone and what women to keep around, okay? And basically that's most Western women. I know you still want to get laid, but at the end of the day, Western women are garbage, okay? Unless they're throwing themselves at you, there's no reason to even approach, okay? Because they will throw you through hoops, they will do all this crap to them. The government has trained them, has poisoned their brains into believing that this is what they need to do to find an ideal man, and they don't even know. And they think that they're going to live forever and all this, but then when they get older, nobody wants to marry them. And guess who won in the end? The government, not them. They're not happy. They just got their whole entire life robbed because the whole system literally tricked them into thinking that they didn't need a family to be happy, that they didn't need a family to be fulfilled. When biologically, there's nothing more logical to be with. Like, a man and a woman were meant to be in a relationship, we were meant to procreate, but we're in a system that is no longer needs us to procreate, even though biologically we were meant to procreate. And you know what they do? They create a little thing called feminism, okay? And you know why they created feminism? Because they realized that they no longer need just the man to work. Technology is to the point where they no longer need the woman to stay at home. The woman can also work. All the physical tasks, they can hire a fucking robot, AI, artificial intelligence, whatever, as I was talking about earlier. And the woman can still make the money, create progress. Money translates into power for the elite, so it's like the more money, the more power, the more control, the more whatever the fuck they want to do with the world, okay? That's what it comes down to, okay? So this is why people are unhappy, okay? So anyway, the idea is to stay away from these conflicted women. These women that have their self-righteous physical attributes, or not physical attributes, but self-righteous tendencies. Stay away from those. Idea is to find a woman that is open to having a family, that understands the family, a woman that preferably has come from a family that has not divorced, or come from a family with a father who has 20 children by 20 different women. Like, it's all common sense if you think about it, okay? But anyway, I don't want to rant too much, but I just wanted to let you guys know it wasn't feminism to blame. This is all a grand conspiracy, if you want to call it, okay? It's a grand conspiracy. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's a grand conspiracy done by the elite, the people that have the money, the people that control the world, because they want better workers, okay? We're all fucking workers. We're consumers, we're workers, okay? They don't give a shit about us. They don't give a shit if we have a happy family. They don't give a shit if we're happy. They just want better workers, okay? So the end of the story, end of the video. Don't stay away from women that are feminist-minded, that have feminist tendencies, that are anti-family-minded, anti-children tendencies. It's just gonna, you're not gonna be happy. And at the end of the day, life is short. We all want to be happy, okay? So it's very simple. All you have to do is stay away from women that have feminist tendencies. It doesn't matter if they're American. There are women in this world that do exist, that do value family, that do have appreciation for family, and actually are what we may consider old-fashioned these days. But those are the women that you should stick to. It doesn't matter if they take forever to put out, because that is very common that they take forever to put out, because they were raised well. And a woman that was raised well is not going to put out on the first day. I'm sorry to break it up to you, but that's just kind of how it is. And yeah, value that kind of woman. Value the old-fashioned women. Value women from third world countries, as long as they're not asking you for money. But if you meet women in America or in Western world, I bet you anything, a woman from South America or Eastern Europe or anywhere that's like third world, where there's such thing as gender roles, are going to be a way better and more fruitful, fulfilling relationship than anything feminist related. Any woman that's spitting out feminist propaganda whenever you're going out for a date, whatever, is trying to like shame you or whatever, stay away from that shit, okay? So anyway, like I said before, I'm not trying to rant, but I felt like I needed to spew some knowledge. Now I'm going to head out and grab myself a bite to eat, but thanks for watching this. POA Red Sky. Later.
GloryMidnightNight.com